Okay, and we are live.
Oh,
Yep. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Nerd Culture Clash. I'm your host, Comic Book Bob. With me, as always, my host Tom Cummings. And
had to kill that real quick.
yeah, yeah. Full disclosure, I'm a little under the weather today. I'm like not feeling so good, so it's probably gonna be a little bit of a short stream. But how you doing today, man?
Uh, Not bad. Unlike you, I didn't work yesterday, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Oh man, dude, no, I've been screwing around with my mic settings and everything all day because like my mic sounds like I'm inside of a freaking closet. But I'll get it figured out. But yeah, I wasn't feel so good. But yeah, I've got some interesting things happen this week, so we're just going to jump right into it. I do apologize because it's probably going to be kind of a low energy stream today. I am not. I'm just dead. But let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and jump right into it here. Uh, Marvel Studios announces Game of Thrones star Kit Harrington to play the Black Knight in Eternals.
Now, which
So
one's Kit Harrington?
he played
Oh,
Jon
John.
Snow.
Okay.
Yeah. So he went from playing a knight to playing a knight. It's,
Wait, isn't he in another? Or maybe that's the one I'm thinking of with like the fairies and stuff.
no, that's you're talking about the Orlando Bloom, the guy that played
Oh, okay.
Legolas.
God. Okay, maybe I need more sleep.
Yeah, but no, actually that sounds kind of cool. That show, I can't remember the name of it right now, but that show looks kind of cool.
Yeah,
It's like
it's got promise.
something row or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this here real quick. Game of Thrones veteran Kit Harrington has been cast to play Dane Whitman, aka is it Whitman or Whiteman?
I don't know.
Whitman. Anyway, whatever.
Whiteman.
The Black Knight in Marvel Studios' upcoming The Eternals film. The Black Knight was rumored to be getting a Marvel Cinematic Universe introduction as far back as last year. The rumor at the time saw the Black Knight starring in a Captain Britain film directed by Guy Ritchie. That rumor did surface about the same time the Eternals rumor surfaced. And hang on a second, I forgot to get the chat thing up there. All right, there we go. Surfaced late last year. Rumors began swirling again that the Black Knight would show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In fact, MCU Cosmics Jeremy Conrad hinted that he had already been teased in the MCU via the Quantum Realm in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah, I remember this. There was a scene in the Ant-Man and the Wasp where you see like almost like it's almost like a fantasy castle type thing in a bottle in a snow
Oh, okay.
globe. Yeah, it was really like if you blinked, you would miss it.
Miss it. Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. But uh, I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Who knows? But Dane Whitman is actually the third incarnation of the Black Knight. He inherits the title and his castle from his uncle Nathan Garrett. Unlike his uncle, who used the Black Knight to pursue a life of crime, he chooses to become a hero. However, his path to a hero begins by joining and infiltrating the Masters of Evil. He aids the Avengers. The Avengers. Why the hell did I say it like that?
You're tired,
A
Rob.
Ron Balake. Oh my god, dude, man! There's a thing about Chappelle we got to talk about later on. We'll talk about it in a minute. But oh my god, dude, he dropped a bomb. In his last special, dude, he's pissed. He pissed off a lot of people. But that's Dave Chappelle. Back on this, he aids the Avengers in helping defeat the Masters of Evil as well as Kang the Conqueror. He would go on to fight with the Defenders and even team up with Captain Britain to battle against evil Mordred and his master Necromon. Going into other ventures, yada 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 yada. So the Eternals film will be directed by Chloe Zhao with a script from Matthew and Ryan Firpo. Joining Harrington will be Angelina Jolie, Salma Hayek, Richard Madden, and I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce that name. That's okay. Now that I read it, I actually know what it is. It's a Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh, okay.
Kamal Nanjiani. I messed it up anyway. Um, um, yeah, and a lot of people. So people who are wondering why the Black Knight would even be in an Eternals film. At one point, he had a long-standing relationship with one of the Eternals, the Eternal Cersei. So I'm assuming that that's kind of what they're gonna do with him in this. He's gonna have some kind of a relationship with her, or maybe one of the other Eternals. Who knows? But
So
it's
he goes from Game of Thrones, where he was fighting against Cersei, to a different show where he's going to be,
in love with her.
well,
Well,
somebody named Cersei, but
yeah,
still, that's going to cause confusion.
yeah. It's I just think it's funny. It's like he went from playing a knight to playing a knight, even though he wasn't technically a knight
Yeah,
in Game of Thrones, but you know what I mean. It's like he went from sword and sorcery to kind of sword and sorcery again.
sorcery.
But yeah, I mean it's a little bit of a strange thing for them to do. Um, for for Black Knights, like that's okay. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna work, but I mean, he's he's basically a normal dude who has a magic sword.
That's more than some of the Avengers have.
True, but I'm like the Eternals are like Thanos. Thanos is an Eternal, so that's the level of power you're talking about there.
Must be a hell of a sword.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool sword. It was it had some pretty cool stuff to it, but still, it's like it's okay. All right. Who knows, man? I just think it's funny that another short guy has been cast in the Eternals when like the tallest dude is like 6'1". Like the tallest, actually, I don't even know if he's 6'1". I think he's like 6 foot. The tallest, like the guy who played Rob Snow. Actually, it's funny. He's going to be in the movie. The guy who played Rob Snow is playing the main character, and he's only like 5'10". So I don't know. What can I tell you, man? But yeah, it's going to be one of those movies where it might not suck.
Yeah,
I'm not
we'll see when
hoping
it get here.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit there. I mean, I've hated on the MCU in the last couple of weeks enough. I'm not going to hate on it anymore. I mean, I don't win a prize for crap. I don't win a prize for crapping on things. I don't go out to the mailbox every day waiting for my hate prize. Like I said,
where's my check?
Yeah, where's my check for hating on The Last Jedi? Oh yeah, can't wait for episode 9 to fail. Get that bonus. It's
It was me all along. I ruined it.
Ah, yeah, my toxic fandom. But anyway, moving along to our next topic. Legendary Freddy Krueger actor Robert Englund chooses his successor in Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah.
This is an interesting little choice here.
I can totally see Kevin Bacon pulling this off.
Very possible, man. Very possible. It's an interesting choice, but let's go ahead and read into this here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez, God, I hate pop-ups. Legendary Freddy Krueger actor Robert Englund indicated he would be up to play the mainstay in Nightmare on Elm Street franchise one more time. He also revealed he would like to see Kevin Bacon be his successor. Englund appeared at New Jersey's Monster Mania convention, where he detailed that his time as Freddy is nearly over. Well, yeah, the dude's pushing 70.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he might be 70. But according to Bloody Disgusting, jeez, Bloody Disgusting, Englund stated, "We need a Freddy that can do the next 8 movies or 7. I don't want them to remake part 1 again. I'm not Freddy anymore, you guys. I could do one more pop, probably, if you shot me up with vitamin C. But here's the thing, I can't do 8 more, you guys. We need a new actor that you guys believe in and trust and love that can go the distance." He then noted he liked the rumor about Kevin Bacon taking on the role of Freddy. He's not kidding anymore either, but the rumor that I've heard that I like is Kevin Bacon. Kevin loves horror. He's a real actor. He's a character actor. Kevin was great in Tremors. Kevin was great in Stir of Echoes. He was great in Stir of Echoes. I like that movie. And I've heard this rumor. We need someone like that to take it on and redo it, exploiting. Jeez.
New technology.
Exploiting all of the new technology. Bacon has shown interest in taking on the role of Freddy. In response to a fan suggesting he should take on the role, Bacon responded, "I like the way you think." Betty Toxic, that's a great name. If a Nightmare on Elm Street gets rebooted again, can we please somehow get Kevin Bacon as Freddy? I think he'd be fantastic. I think he'd be awesome too.
Yeah.
Like
I said, I could totally see him doing that.
Yeah, it's like, here's the thing, Robert Englund is on point. Bacon is an actor with both the range and the experience with the horror genre to not go into it blind. 3 of his most popular horror movies are Tremors, Stir of Echoes, and Hollow Man. I forgot about Hollow Man. Yeah, Hollow Man was okay.
Yeah.
Not to mention he was pretty ruthless villain as Sebastian Shaw in X-Men First Class. Ruthless? Yeah. No. Stick with the first 2 examples that you gave. But yeah, I mean, I think Bacon would be pretty freaking cool as the bad guy.
Freddy.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see if they actually jump on this, because they did this with. I mean, this is how Deadpool ended up getting made.
Because yeah, like I said, I think Bacon could. He has that little bit of. I don't want to say a bit of evil, but he just has that little bit of.
Kind of a mean streak.
Well, not really mean, just like he could snap.
Yeah.
No, he could play a character that is just like broken. I mean, he's played some pretty good characters, but he could really just play like
someone has that like sinister edge to him.
Yeah, he can definitely pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like he says in the article, I mean, just check out Stir of Echoes, because he plays like you almost think he's just going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this is a good possibility, but I mean, it's not a bad idea. So it'll be interesting to see if they jump on it.
Yep.
But anyway, moving on to the next topic. God, this show is going terrible today.
Well, you're plowing right through them though, so
yeah. Well, like I said, it's probably good. I'm really fighting it. So
you need to get some sleep.
Yeah, but on to something a little more humorous. Ezra Miller absolutely confirms his Flash movie is happening. Oh joy! Booster will probably be happy about this, because he has a fetish about Ezra Miller. The Flash is one of DC extended universe movie. Okay, that's a terrible sentence. The Flash is one DC extended universe movie that's been in the works for quite a while, though all its ups and downs. God dang. This past year, it seems natural to think it would get canceled. I pretty much think it is. I think it's one of those movies that's going to be in development hell for the rest of its existence. But after all, its spot on the slate was never secure. Yeah, that's exactly my point. That was until this week. Star Ezra Miller declared the film is happening in a video essay interview with West Korea. There's a West Korea?
It's probably just a channel, because
I was going to say maybe
West Korea is
that's north end. Yeah,
a bay actually. So.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably W Korea. The actor talked about his life, society, music, and upcoming projects. The Flash is one he said is absolutely confirmed, adding the following. They are Fantastic Beasts 3, The Flash movie. I'm making more music with Sons of an Illustrious Father, the band I'm in. I'm also making some music on my own.
That's the guy.
Yeah. He did not comment on the writer, director, tone, or possible start date, which is reportedly slated for January 2020. I don't believe that at all. The culmination of a long wait. Miller first suited up as a Scarlet Speedster in 2016 for cameos in Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad. His full spin on the character was realized in Justice League, and it was realized terribly. He was the worst possible version of the Flash you could possibly be. absolutely did not care for that character at all. Yeah, that was not Barry Allen. Definitely wasn't Barry Allen. It wasn't Wally West. It was kind of like impulse, but ineffectual impulse. Um, and when you talk to most people who saw the movie, he was pretty much the weakest part of that entire movie. He was the element that is almost universally disliked. So, see, The Speedster Struggles, a solo movie, was announced during that time. Seth Grahame-Smith, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, wrote the first draft of the potential script, but left due to creative differences with Warner Brothers. Then the picture lost its director, Rick Huff, not even going to try, in 2016. Writers and directors John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, Game Night, Spider-Man Homecoming took over, but Miller didn't share their vision of a light, fun movie more akin to Aquaman. In response, he wrote his own script with Grant Morrison that would have a darker tone. Wrong. Danger, Will Robinson. Some reports claim that was a last-ditch effort to stay attached while the clock was running down on his contract, supposedly up in May. Flash Rebirth, that script won't be used, and IT Chapter 2, It Chapter 2, director, what the hell? God, these sentences are so bad. It Chapter 2 director Andy Muthula is now tapped. God, I swear I can speak, guys. I swear I know the English language. Christina Hodson, Birds of Prey, Bumblebee. Well, there's problem number one right there. That's not problem one. That's problem number 15 right there. Birds of Prey looks like hot garbage. Who was rumored for a Batgirl movie will now pen the screenplay. I don't think they know what the hell's going on in this movie.
Yeah, just from what you're reading there, and not just your reading of it, but this article seems a little chaotic for something that's supposed to start filming in a few months.
Yeah, I think the statement right here, some reports claim that was a last-ditch effort to stay attached while the clock was running down his contract. I think that's what this is. I think he wants this movie to happen.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like he wants this movie to happen. Warner Brothers ain't got no truck letting this thing die. So, yeah, I'm calling BS on this. I'm saying that this is not gonna happen. But hey, let him dream. Please, I want to be relevant. But oh my god, I mean, who knows, man? I mean, I didn't think Birds of Prey was going to get made. So I mean, anything's possible, I guess. Yeah. And by the way, the reason why I keep flipping back and forth to my page and then to the topic is because I'm actually testing things out in OBS. I'm trying to make these cool little transitions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so, by the way, I like their crawler at the bottom now.
Yep, that was one of the things. Dude, I'm not kidding, man. Like I've been banging away trying to figure out how to make this
more professional
and just look better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But okay, and on to okay, this was pretty friggin' awesome. Saturday Night Live, season 45. Okay. Eddie Murphy returning as host, first time since 1984.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, it's been a while. Eddie Murphy is returning to his comedic roots on the grand stage at NBC's 30 Rockefeller when he hosts Saturday Night Live. It's 45th season. I think show's been on the radio for 45 freaking years.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep, the same amount of time it took to go from 1900 to 1945. Think of all the changes that happened then.
Yeah.
From European empires, all that crap still going on, all the way to the end of World War II. That's 45 years.
That's a long time, dude. That's almost as long. That's almost as long as I've been alive.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Sorry, Tom.
I was just about to say, 1984. I was still in high school. That's how long ago that was.
Dude, 1984, I was in grade school. Um, Anyway, it's return to this featured player from 1980 to 1984. Murphy was the only cast member to host during this run. On December 11th, 1982, the last time he hosted was the year he left the show in February 1984, only to return to host this December. Only to return to host this December. Yeah, he left in 1984, but he came right back only 45 years later. That's the stupidest. Who wrote this? Oh, Bleeding Cool. Obviously, makes sense.
Oh, well, no, it's not 45 years since he's been on, but the show's been on for 45 years.
Yeah, but it's been like, 84.
35.
It's been 45 years. Let me see, 1984.
94.
So 20.
2004.
Oh, no, it's been 39 years.
35.
30, is it 35?
You're sleepy, Rob.
Yeah, my math's not working. I'm not Mike S. Miller. I'm not like, I'm not good at math. Anyway, it's been a long time. But some of the people, the reason I found this interesting is because there have been rumors for a while that he wanted to kind of make a comeback in stand-up. Like he wanted to do like one more special, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like an HBO or a...
Yeah. But actually more, it'll probably be considering how almost every comedian is doing Netflix these days. It'll probably be like a Netflix thing.
Yeah.
But the reason a lot of people were coming out saying that, oh man, he hasn't been funny in 25 years, he hasn't been relevant and everything. I'm like, did you guys not see him when he got the Mark Twain Award?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that video?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I watched the whole show.
He tore, oh my God, that thing he did with Bill Cosby. Oh my God, dude. I'm like, yeah, he can still do it, man. He absolutely could still do it. For anybody that's watching this or anybody that sees this later, you need to go look up that video and watch that video. You talk about some uncomfortable people in that audience.
Well, and frankly, watch any of the Mark Twain prizes. All of those are great.
But that's like it's just the part where he's like, he's like, oh yeah, Bill's got one of these. It's like
ooh,
yeah, he's like, yeah, and everyone's like, ooh, yeah, and then he's like, did you ask him to give it back? And he started going, he's like, I heard somebody say that they were going to try to make me give back my award. It's like, you try to come to me, I'll kill you. Dude, it was, obviously I'm not doing it justice, but it was so, oh my God, dude. But, which kind of led into the thing that happened with Dave Chappelle over the weekend.
If you want to go right into that.
Yeah, it was like, whoa. But actually, let me pull that up here. I actually didn't have it pulled up. Actually, no. Is it down here? There we go. See if I can find it. Oh my God, dude! Did you see that clip that everyone's been playing?
No, I haven't seen it.
We'll play it here in a second. Man, he goes off. The hell, man. Actually, you know what? I'll just do it like this. Dave Chappelle. And now I can't find the freaking thing. Dave Chappelle. Netflix special 2019. Yeah, there's this thing you can Vice wrote an article saying you can definitely skip Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special.
Mhm.
Hang on a second, I'll just put it into YouTube because it'll definitely come up there. Pardon us, folks, while we boomer this up.
Tonight I'm going to do something that I'm not particularly good at, but that I like to do. Tonight I'm going to try some impressions out. I only got 2.
I'm gonna bleep the one thing because I want to get a strike. I'm gonna get a strike anyway, but
this is my impression. You ready? This is my impression of the founding fathers of America when the Constitution was being written. You ready? Here it goes.
I'm getting no sound on this.
Hurry up and Constitution, nigga. I'm some sleep.
you're not hearing it?
No. No, I'm on the
It's not bad, right?
on the YouTube.
All right.
Anyway, all
Yeah,
right.
so
Anyway, what he did was, and then this is going to be our next topic because I just ruined it. What he did was he basically said he made a comment about founding fathers, like you just heard, well, or you didn't hear, but Jay probably heard. And then he said his next one. He's like, I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want you to guess what it is. And he's like, if you do anything that I find offensive, I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to destroy your life. I'm going to take away your ability. And I don't care if it was 5 years ago or 20 years ago or anything like that. I'm coming to destroy you. And he's like, and who is that? And they're all like, Trump. And he goes, no, that's you. He called out cancel culture, man. I was like, wow. But yeah, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that at all. So they basically, you're getting a bunch of, like I said, you're getting a bunch of articles by Vox and all that stuff saying, it's offensive and all that stuff. And his response was basically, yeah, that was the point. I was pointing out the absurdity of what you guys are doing. So, but yeah, it's like I was like when I saw that Eddie Murphy bit, like I got reminded that I was like, oh damn, he got pretty raw on that. But anyway, go on to the next topic, and since it's already up here. Rumor: Marvel and Disney offer a new deal to Sony to keep Spider-Man in the MCU. Now, this article you're going to see is actually a couple of days old. And the reason why I pulled this one up is because everybody's been talking about this.
Mhm.
Everybody's been talking about this ever since it happened. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's spurting out on Sony, saying, how could you do this to us? Blah 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 blah. Disney's like, hey, we want to make a deal. Let's make a deal. They're like, we can do this. And Disney's basically trying to position themselves as the good guys in this. I don't necessarily think that Sony's the bad guys in this whole thing, but we covered it a little bit before. We said both deals are not bad. They're better than both deals are better than what was originally than the original deal. I honestly think, like I said, I've actually said this a couple times on social media. To me, this is a work. This whole thing is a work, and this article where there's and here's the thing: this article says that Disney offered a new deal. One article says that they're close to a new deal to keep him in the MCU. Another one says that they're miles apart. Basically, what it means is nobody knows.
Yeah.
And but at the end of the day, you and I actually talked about this. I think it was last week. Disney's not stupid.
No.
They may make a mistake, they may make a bad move, but they rarely make the same bad move twice. And they already went through a major downshift with a huge franchise in Star Wars. They do not want that to happen again.
Yeah.
They are not going to let that happen to the MCU. MCU is too big of a cash cow for them. They are not going to let that happen. And you can't tell me that after putting so much time and effort and money into the Spider-Man movies and making Spider-Man such a big part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe going forward, they're just going to let him walk away. To me, what this is them trying to play the audience that they've cultivated over the years. This is them playing damage control. When they made their announcement for Phase 4, it largely met the vast majority of people that saw it were basically like, yeah, okay. You know, it was like, whatever, man. You know, there was none of the excitement that came out like when it announced every other phase for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And they had to, and I think they knew that with Robert Downey Jr. leaving, with Chris Evans leaving, with so many of the original Avengers cast either on their way out, either going out or on their way out, they needed to do something to try to keep people. And when their announcement for Phase 4 did not really generate the crazy exciting buzz from the fan base that they really wanted. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the overwhelming, like, oh my god, that they've been getting since.
Yeah, it wasn't the stampede. It was just kind of a okay.
Yeah,
which
it was like
you kind of got to expect. I mean, they've been doing this for how long?
It's been more than 10 years now.
Yeah, it's been more than 10 years. They've gone through different phases. Everybody's just kind of settled in, you know, unless you're going to like really do something over the top spectacular, people are just going to go, yeah, okay, let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Next movie.
There's a lot of concern considering the direction that they've gone in. They said they're going in a very social identity politics direction, and as we all know, that doesn't sit really well with a whole lot of people. Especially, you know, ultimately, it's going to be if the product is good, the product's good. But that statement and that announcement, that's already got people kind of on their heels a little bit, and Disney's like, oh, okay, the same thing happened with Star Wars. We don't want this to happen again. So when the situation with Spider-Man came up, now I don't think that they generated this situation with Spider-Man. I don't think they intentionally caused this. But when it did, I think they took a look at it when that we could spin this. I think they looked at this and like, look, anybody with half a brain knows we're going to get this thing done. We're going to get this deal done. The only way that this falls through is if Disney does, again, if Disney makes a huge blunder, huge mistake. Or if somebody at Sony gets like this idea that, oh my God, we can make 10 times what we make with them in charge by doing our own thing.
Yeah, we can do it ourselves. How many times did you try that and utterly fail?
Yeah. It's a better. They have a better track record with success-wise. They have a better track record with Disney in charge than they do themselves. Now, some people are going to argue that. They're going to say, no, the first two Spider-Man movies did really, really well. They did. The third movie was awful. The reboot met with, mixed reaction, mixed success. The third film in that series was awful. Or first one was the second one? It's the second one.
Second and third.
Yeah. Third one for the first series, second one for the second one. That makes no sense. Okay. You guys get what I mean, though. But I highly doubt that Disney is going to let Spider-Man walk away. I highly doubt it. They're gonna use this to try to make themselves look like the hero. They're gonna use this to generate goodwill with the fan base. They're gonna do what Disney does. They're gonna spin this. They're gonna manipulate it. They're gonna use it. That's what Disney does. They're good at it, and they're really good at it. So all these people that are freaking out that Spider-Man is no longer going to be in the MCU, that Spider-Man is, like, oh my God, here goes the biggest face that the company has going into the next phase is now gone. I don't believe that for a second. So, like I said, I think Disney's milking this. I think they're going to try to manipulate this as much as they possibly can. It's possible Sony is going to get an idea in their head, like, hey man, we just did Into the Spider-Verse. It was a huge hit. Everybody loved it. Venom made a lot of money, even though it was kind of mixed reactions. We could just keep this thing and do whatever we want with it. I don't know. I seriously doubt that. I seriously doubt. I think at the end of the day, Disney's going to go to them and say, "All right, listen, here's the deal, and it's going to be good for everybody." And Sony's going to basically weigh it, and they'll be like, "Okay." The only other thing that could possibly happen, and this is what I would like to happen, I would like Sony to go to Disney and say, "Okay, here's the deal." Um, and they actually do make a deal, and then Sony goes and makes the best friggin' Spider-Man movie ever made. Like, and then they just kind of look at Disney and go, "Okay, balls in your court now." That's what I would like to see, because I think that's a doable thing. I think that's a possible thing. Um, I highly doubt that. I think it's going to be Disney's going to, like I said, they're gonna work their magic that they always do, and they're gonna keep them there at least for a couple more films.
Yeah, that'd be. I mean, I would love to see somebody else make a good superhero movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll be completely honest with you, man. I'm actually getting really tired of the Marvel formula. Um, I'm not saying that the last couple of movies were bad. I think Infinity War was a great film, but Captain Marvel was a meh film. Ant Man and Wasp was a meh film for me. And as much as I liked Endgame, I thought Endgame was a good movie. There were parts of Endgame that let me down, and a lot of it is because they're doing the Marvel formula and they're hitting those beats. And
as long as those beats keep selling, they're going to
yeah,
keep doing them.
that's what I'm saying. Marvel has cultivated a particular audience
Yeah.
over this 10-year period. They have cultivated and gathered a particular audience, and
Well,
going into the
you can
future.
now say that people have literally grown up on these movies.
Oh yeah,
People that were 10-year-old kids when the first ones came out, and they're like, "Oh my God, superheroes! These are awesome." No, they're in their 20s now,
yep,
and yes, people have now grown up
with Marvel.
with Marvel doing these. I mean, this is their Marvel universe,
Yeah,
and as long as, like I said, as long as it keeps selling, they're going to keep doing the beats. Um, but at some point, people are going to start falling off because it is just the same old, same old, same old.
yeah. And I think we started seeing a little bit of that with
You'll see it in the next phase.
yeah, we'll see it in the next phase. Here's the thing: even if there is some fall off, the next couple of movies they're still going to do really really well.
Yeah.
They're still going to do 500 million plus. At the very least, if not, and more likely they're going to push more into the high sevens and eights. Maybe even a billion. It's That's where the franchise is right now. But as time goes on, if the quality is not there, if these films do become, ideologically divisive, you're going to start seeing cracks. You're going to start seeing problems, and I think some competition is the best thing for them. I think a studio, like you said, I'd like to see a superhero movie that isn't done by Disney.
Yeah.
So going forward, hopefully we get something like that. Uh, if they, I mean, like I said, Into the Spider Verse was a good movie. Sony has the ability to do a good Spider-Man movie. They just gotta not put their head up their freaking ass. I mean, just do it right. Just
Well,
do it right.
it's like DC. DC apparently, can't do a good live action movie. They do great full length animated superhero
Oh
movies.
yeah.
Why don't you just use that as a goddamn storyboard and make a live action movie with it?
Yeah, I don't know.
But that's not what they do. They like, oh no, it's live action. It's got to be, we got to do the real dark and gritty. And okay, dark. Okay, fine. But turn up the light on the movie a bit because it's literally dark also, and I can't see anything. It's
that's Dan DiDio. That's the current power structure at Marvel, Warner Brothers, AT&T, whatever the hell it's called now. At this point, I mean, it's been sold and sold and sold.
mhm.
And everybody. That's the thing that really I think a lot of fans are upset with. Everybody knows what everybody wants. It's just they're not. They're trying to put their own. Nah, man. This is my idea and this is going to work. And it's like, no, dude, your idea sucks. So somebody's knocking on your door.
Yep.
You gonna answer it or?
Nope.
Okay then. Well, moving on to the next topic. Marvel announces new Punisher series from Garth Ennis. Okay, so Tom, you're not really gonna, be up on this. I don't think you've ever read the Punisher. Me and Jim were huge Punisher fans, especially the run that Garth Ennis did. The run he did in 2008 with the Punisher, with the Punisher Max series. It was so good, man. It was like they introduced Maganucci and they introduced the Russian. It was awesome. It was the Punisher at his absolute boiled down essence, and it's what the movie should. It's what the TV show should have been. So when they announced this, I was like, "Oh wow, Marvel's actually doing something right." So let's go ahead and read this real quick here. Jeez. Marvel Comics announced a new Punisher series, Punisher Soviet, from writer Garth Ennis and artist Jason Burrows. So Punisher's like, I wonder if that right there makes me think that maybe the Russians going to be involved. That's cool.
No, yeah, Soviet.
Even though he's been killed like 3 times. Ennis returns to the Punisher following his 6-issue limited series Punisher the Platoon with artist Goran Parlov. That series debuted in 2017 and ended in 2018. Ennis previously completed his Punisher Max series in 2008, Punisher Max 60. Ennis recently saw his graphic novel The Boys get a TV adaptation from Amazon. Yeah, he did The Boys. So,
oh, cool.
But which is probably the reason why they brought him back for another series. This new 6-issue limited. It's a limited series. Oh well. And it's a limited series. Punisher Soviet will see Frank Castle team up with a mysterious ally as he hunts down the Russian mob. Okay, that's cool. In fact, this mystery ally is beating the Punisher to the kills, but the Russian mob believes it's Frank who's taking them down. He spoke to Marvel.com about why he loves Frank Castle. There's a brilliant simplicity about Frank. He never changes. In an ever-shifting, never-evolving world, he remains absolutely himself. Yep. He's a dude that goes and kills criminals. That's pretty much it. He also had high praise for AI artist Jason Burrows. Jason is easily one of my top 10 collaborators. He's a master storyteller and an expert at both characters and action. He did some of my all-time favorite work together, such as Crossed, Wormwood, and particularly relevant for readers of Punisher Soviet 303. That's an awesome cover. Wow. That's awesome. So Punisher Soviet
Nice.
#1 will hit comic book shelves in November. It will feature a main cover by Paulo Rivera, as well as variant cover by Jason Burrows. Sweet. Yeah, dude. I've been wanting them to do a decent Punisher story for a while now. Marvel has really crapped on this character in recent years. Just, like, you just go to that, and I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have that be that the guy was messing with him, but he's currently in the Avengers, the Savage Avengers storyline right now, and they had a scene where basically he used his wife as a shield when the mafia gunned his family down, and I'm like, no, that's not acceptable. No.
Not what he does.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no, you're not gonna stop crapping on the freaking Punisher. I'm pretty sure that's going to end up being, I mean, unless Marvel is unprecedentedly stupid, which, hey, I don't think that that's going to be where they go with this. If they do, they're going to lose even more readers than they already have. But this looks like it might be a good course correction here, getting Ennis back to do another Punisher run. Every Punisher run he's done has been good. So, a lot of people think the Punisher is very one-dimensional. He's a very simplistic character. He's a very simple character in his motives and whatnot. But there could be a lot. Ennis proved that there could be a lot of depth to the character. So I was really excited about this. Okay, go ahead and transition back. And there's a lot of people streaming right now.
Well, we got 2 watchers, so hey.
Two. I apologize, and by the way, if anybody's saying something in the chat, I apologize because yeah, my restream is broken. But moving on to that.
Here we go. NL Deadman says, "Hey Bob."
Hey Bob. Hey, what's up, guys? Like I said, I apologize for having such a low energy stream today and everything, man. Like I said, I'm just not feeling well, but we'll get through it. But speaking of comic books, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to start. I'm gonna do the our review for this week, and our review for this week is Black Hops by
awesome book.
Yes, written by Mark Pellegrini and drawn by Tim Lim. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the slideshow on that, and I'm gonna start going over Black Hops.
Yeah, for the concept and everything, I thought this was pretty good.
It's equal parts. Okay, right off the bat, the story's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's so look, just real quick. It's written by Mark Pellegrini, and it's drawn by Tim Lim. And the basic premise is: what if Captain America was a rabbit?
Pretty much.
I'm dead serious.
Except that he got his powers from the blast at Hiroshima.
Well, we're going to go over that, but basically, it's a rabbit super soldier.
Yep.
And it is as absurd as it sounds, but it's also
it works.
It's also freaking funny, man. And actually, at times, it's actually very, 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 very sad and sweet, and it's
touching.
At moments it's touching. The guys who did this were really creative.
Yeah.
All right. So like we said, the basic premise is there's a young girl. The very first couple pages, and you see one of them on the screen right now. There's a young girl during Hiroshima, during World War II in Japan, and she has a pet rabbit. And you literally see the bomb at Hiroshima go off. And the next page, it vaporizes her, but the rabbit is still there and it's completely unharmed. For some reason, they don't know exactly why, it didn't kill the rabbit. And it also mutated the rabbit. And when it mutates the rabbit, it actually gives the rabbit abilities. One ability is it makes it very strong. Another is it gains this camouflage ability where it can actually change the colors of its fur and whatnot, so that it can blend into its surroundings. Or like in some of the pictures you see, it puts like a red, white, and blue pattern on itself, and actually copies that off of a jet fighter it sees. And it also increases obviously its intelligence increases to, it's not quite on human level, but it's close.
Pretty good for a rabbit.
Oh yeah, and then also one of the things it does is it can communicate with other animal species, even if it's not its own. which is one of the cool things because the rabbit doesn't speak. Obviously, it's a rabbit. But when they show it communicating, it communicates in pictographs. Like there's a scene where like and there's one of the sides here that'll come up here and you'll see it. It's talking to some animals in a tree, and what you see is like the action like the pictures of what it wants to do. Mm-hmm. And then when the other animals respond, they respond in the same way. So it's this it's again, it's absurd, but it actually works. And so they give so at some point this rabbit, that's what it was, a U.S. officer finds the rabbit in the wreckage of Hiroshima, and he brings the rabbit home. He sees the rabbit is acting strange, and he brings it home, and eventually they figure that's how the U.S. government figures out what the rabbit is and what it does. And they give it the code name. It's the USA-GI. But I'm just, okay. Going forward from here, I'm just going to call the rabbit Hops.
Yeah.
Okay. And we also learned that one of the things that happened to it, and because it obviously, so they take this rabbit, they train this rabbit to be like an operative. And one of the things that also happened to the rabbit is it slowed down its aging process. So we fast forward to, today, 2018, when the book was first put out, and the rabbit's still alive and it's still young and everything. And a character who's drawn to look like Bruce Willis comes and basically brings the rabbit out of retirement because there's North Korea is going to fire a nuclear missile launch test that could potentially kill everybody in Hawaii or Honolulu, Hawaii. And the rabbit, even though he's upset that the government basically ignored him and forgot. See, look at this picture. He's got a freaking knife in its mouth.
It's killing people.
Yeah. And so it agrees to go on this mission to stop this nuke. And it's just... And it's such a ridiculous story idea, but it works because A, it's fun, and B,
it's ridiculous.
It actually takes itself seriously, but it takes itself seriously in an absolutely absurd way, if that makes any sense, and it probably doesn't.
Well, it's like the really good Godzilla movies. It's a ridiculous premise, but as long as you treat it like, yeah, this is it. There's a 600-foot lizard destroying a city. There is a rabbit that has superpowers.
Yeah, and
they make it work.
And that's the other thing. It is ridiculously, it does work.
And Abe Sapien's in now, so.
Hey, what's up, Abe? The other thing is you actually feel for the characters. It actually makes you feel like there are moments where you literally get a little bit of feels for these characters. Like the one scene where he's talking to the soldier, where the soldier that found him and took care of him is now old, and he's talking to him. Mm-hmm. And he's telling him, like, yeah, my resting place is going to be right here. It's going to be right next to your favorite spot. It's like, oh, man. Don't tell me you're going to die, man. And then like at the very beginning when they first come in, there's like that stump that's right next to the gravestone.
Yeah.
And he's curled up on that gravestone. It's like he's there with his friend. And then even for the enemy, the bad guys, the quote unquote bad guys, the enemy soldiers, like the guy that raises the tiger. Yeah. White tiger, you feel for that guy because he cares deeply for that animal that he took care of. It's like, and when that, when something bad happens, you're like, oh man, but it's, and make no mistake, there are funny parts in this. There are some ridiculously funny things in here.
Oh yeah.
Like when he takes the dude hostage by knife point, I'm like, it's a freaking rabbit, dude. A rabbit has got a knife to this dude's throat, and he's like, please don't kill me. And the rabbit's like pointing with his ears and stuff. It's just, oh my God. It's one of those books that you're like, if somebody pitched that to you, you'd be like, that sounds like the stupidest thing I've ever read. But then you watch it, and you read it, and you're like, this is actually pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons when I got it, I just saw that, and I'm like, I gotta read this.
Yeah, and
then the first issue came out, and I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's just one of those. It's like Maxwell's Silver Hammer, man. It's like all the cosmic tumblers just clicked into place. But there is a sequel to this coming out, and it's there is art being done. The art, half of the art, I believe, is being done by Matthew Weldon, which we just did. Like last week, we did Punchline. Mm-hmm. Matthew Weldon is the artist on Punchline. If you watch Drawn and Quartered, Matthew Weldon is also a regular on there. The dude's art is awesome. Some of his arts in the some of the slides here are actually excuse me. Some of the slides that are up on the screen here, they're actually from the sequel.
Because it looks like he's getting an otter buddy.
Yeah. God, what is the dude's name? He gets it gets a code name as well. I can't remember what it is now. It's off the top of my head. But actually, I think there's 3 of them. I think there's a turtle too.
A turtle?
Yeah, dude. It's again, man. We saw how absurd this one was. Like the next one's going to be the same. But if it's anywhere near as good as the first one, I'm down for it, man.
Yeah, as long as they do a good job. That's
like I said, they got Weldon to do. Matthew Weldon's doing at least half of the art on it. Because I think they're telling 2 different stories at the same time in it, and to emphasize the
different stories.
The different stories. They've got 2 different artists to symbolize that. One of the things I actually liked about the way it was written too is it was the way it was written. It was like somebody was reading the incident file.
Yeah.
Of the mission, like they were reading off what happened in the mission.
And it was just illustrated.
And the mission was illustrated, and the only dialogue comes from the bad guys.
Yeah.
Except
he's a rabbit. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But like, there's no later on after obviously the mission's over and he goes home. You see like the girl who takes care of him, and his handler for like the government. They're talking, but yeah, like if you see on some of the pages, you see these blocks of red text. That's literally them reading the incident file, the mission file for what happens here. Hey, what's up, Evan? This is Black Ops. This is by Mark Pellegrini and it's drawn by Tim Lim. The sequel for this is coming out shortly. It's up on Indiegogo right now. I'm going to put a link up to it here in a minute when we're done with the. I'll put the Indiegogo page up here when we're done with the review here. But Matthew Weldon is doing some of the artwork on this. That's one of the things that really I didn't even know about this book until Matthew Weldon talked about the fact that he was doing a lot of the artwork on the sequel for this during I think it was during Drawn and Quartered or something. And I was like, what the hell is Black Ops, man? So I looked up, I was like, this is actually freaking, it sounds ridiculous, but it sounds cool. So then I checked it out. I was like, this was actually pretty cool.
Actually, I reviewed this in our old show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Dude, I wish I had lost those, man. This looks like a spoiler. No, it's the pages I took out of here, I deliberately took them because they don't break the story.
Yeah.
And Evan's just saying that because I accidentally spoiled something for him a while back. It's a running joke between me and him. But just in case somebody that's actually reading this thinks I'm spoiling it, no, I'm not. Evan, you can go to hell. But yeah, man, it's like, and like I said, man, I'm a huge fan of Matthew Weldon's art.
And if they actually do this, at least the Punchline and Black Ops, I think would make a pretty, and Rags too.
I don't know
crossover.
If that's, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a crossover, but I think that's just like a crossover cover.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, like was it Punchline and Black Ops could actually work.
Yeah.
It's I mean because it's a superhero rabbit. It's like I said, like the best way I can describe this book would be Captain America if he was a rabbit. But
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. So.
Yeah, it's a super soldier rabbit. But yeah, definitely if you guys see it, I think you can still order it from
Antarctic.
You go ahead and go here, and then, yeah, it's this is the sequel right here. This is the Black Ops Hair Trigger, and this one is a biological weapon. I think this one deals with I can't, don't quote me on this, but I could swear that I heard them talking about and saying that it deals with like a terrorist cell in the United States. And as you can see, like there's the otter, and then also there's the turtle.
The turtle.
I don't know if the turtle's the good guy or the bad guy or what. But yeah, and they're at they got 34 days left. They're at over half of their funding they need to get it done. I'm probably going to end up backing this thing. If you do back it, I think you get the original book and the new one.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Do they have a Black Ops plushie?
Yep.
I might have to get this.
I might have to buy this now. Yeah, but they got a couple of people do special covers for it. They got Genzelman. Let me see. They think they got a picture of his cover.
Oh my God! Signed bundle.
Yep, they got signed. Yep, you can get the book signed.
Well, I'm going on about the pun.
Oh, yeah.
Bundle.
Yeah. Where's that cover at? I know it's down here somewhere. There's a whole bunch of, there it is right there. This is the cover that they got Genzelman to do. He's a really great artist. I love that dude. They also got a kind of a more risque bundle, a risque cover. I think the guy's his art name is Sexy Robots, but and that's actually there's a in the slideshow there's actually that picture is actually in there. So I'll leave the slideshow up there for a second. You can see it, but yeah, I'm really interested in that. Actually, no, I'm going to go back to the friggin' thing so people can actually maybe order the thing if they want it. But yeah, so like they right here they actually list like his abilities: subhuman intelligence, increased strength, indefinite longevity, optic camouflage, communication with animals in and outside his own species. It's like I said, yeah, it's absurd, but it's awesome. And yes, there is a plushie. They have the like you can get the artwork, which Matthew Weldon's artwork, man. Like I'll put it this way: if I wasn't poor as dirt, I would be buying this because getting a page of Matthew Weldon's art would be fantastic. The guy's just awesome. So
wow.
Yeah, if you let me check this here. The 68-page book, Black Ops Air Triggered, included with this perk is a bookmark. All contents come back and boarded. Okay, so it doesn't come with the first books. You could probably still get the
Antarctic Press probably has them.
Yeah, you can just go to Antarctic Press's website and you can get the original series if your local comic book store doesn't have it. Yeah, they actually have a picture of the plushie, but the picture is like it cuts it off halfway. So all you see is like the leather jacket. But then there's this, and you can see it from the back. But it just, like I said, man, it's a good, solid, fun comic, and $20 for 68 pages. You get the book, you get the bookmark. I think it. I don't know what. Gotta go retrieve my off-screen catch later. No problem. No, thanks for stopping by, Dead Man. Appreciate it. And yeah, if you guys can, hit like, subscribe, share this out, Anything that helps out the channel, appreciate it. But let's see what they have any stretch goals. Oh, you yeah, check it out. They got stretch goals. Yeah, here we go. 8,500, 68-page book is funded, which that's their first stretch goal. 1,500, it gets square bound. 20,000 foil lettering. 35,000. Every backer gets a Black Ops patch. That's actually
nice.
kind of. I see. Man, 35 is a lot though.
Yeah.
Especially for a
nice
book
if I got it.
Yeah, especially for a book like this. I mean, don't get me. I've seen books go for that. I mean, I've seen lots of crowdfunded books reach those, but this one's just kind of it's a niche thing. So getting to that would be pretty freaking intense. It'd be pretty cool though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I love this cover with the nuclear bunny in the back. You'll see it in a second.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah, which issue was that?
That was issue 2, I think.
Yeah, that was one of the original issues.
Yeah, it was one of the covers for the original issues, and then here's the crossover cover. Which, by the way, Rags. That's I'm gonna have to do a review on Rags, because Rags is a good book too. It's a zombie apocalypse book with like an absurd premise.
Well, it's one of those things like, I have the first couple issues and I read them. Not that it's bad, it just didn't grab me.
Yeah, that's the only problem with it, I think, is that they're kind of trying to tell a long, drawn out story, but it doesn't really lend itself to that very well, considering that it's a zombie apocalypse freaking book.
Yeah.
So
Punchline was really good though.
Yeah, Punchline's great. I'm looking forward to the next storyline for that.
Yeah.
Because like we said in the review for that, there's a lot of stuff that they have not revealed about that character, about what's going on there. But yeah, Rags is cool. The artwork in Rags is really nice too.
Yes.
That's and then, like I said, I'm an art guy, so I usually shop with my eyes first. So when I saw like that, like I picked up Rags and I just flipped through it real quick. I was like, "Yep, it's mine." So, but okay, guys, that's our review for Black Ops. And if you guys want to get in on the new story for it, definitely check it out in Indiegogo. Yeah, Matthew Weldon's artwork is like this is a must for me. I'm gonna have to buy this. Like, it's gonna break my bank because I'm not kidding, man. I'm super poor right now, but yeah, Weldon's art, gotta have it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff.
All right.
Well, that's all I've got, man. You got anything, Tom?
Just real quick, the movie we're going to talk about next week, because I saw it over the weekend and you're going to see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ready or Not. I hope you're going to like it. I liked it. It was good. It was funnier than I thought it was going to be. I guess you could kind of call it a dark comedy, because it is a comedy about murder.
That's usually the category it falls into.
So it did have some fairly funny bits. I mean, but like I said, it's about murder, and they got some good bits in there too. So I don't want to give anything away for you, Rob, but we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, I'm going to see that tomorrow. So, here's the Red Band trailer for Ready or Not. Just throw this up here for a second, let people maybe they haven't seen it take a look at it. Basically, the premise is this lady's getting married. She's married into this weird old family, and
they're a gaming family. They're like Hasbro or
yeah. And
they made it all their money off of games since their great grandfather, I think.
Yeah, but basic story is from the trailer is she has to play a game with them. It's a ritual, and the ritual is they hunt her and they try to kill her. And there's like a storyline running through where they think there's a curse on the family or something, and if they don't kill her, that something terrible is going to happen to one of them. And yeah, and it's kind of like It kind of reminds me of those old movies like Murder by Death
Yeah.
and Clue, just with like a lot more blood.
Yes. More definitely gorier.
I swear to God, that dude, the overweight guy with the crossbow.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to my mind was the fat guy from Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
He is not unlike that character. I mean, not as bad as that character, but
Just kind of foppish and
yeah, he's kind of based on him. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so we'll be doing a review of this next week. And but yeah, like I said, I do apologize again for the day, guys. Like we're gonna cut this probably short a little bit because I'm a little under the weather. It's Cludio here. But yeah, it looks cool.
I hope you enjoy it.
Yep. Go ahead, Beck. Yeah. And I wasn't showing the video at all. Oh,
Nope.
crying out loud.
Didn't come up.
Oh my God.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's up. No, it's up now because I went. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, like right where the where the maid gets shot in the mouth with a crossbow.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I apologize. I'm a boomer today. I'm channeling Mike Miller and Ethan and all those other guys. But anyway, guys, appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Join us here next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more news and discussion on these nerd topics. Well, like I said, we'll be doing a review on that. Follow us on YouTube, Twitch, DLive. And again, please hit like and subscribe. If you have any comments or ideas for the show, please leave them in the comment section below once the stream is posted. It all helps us improve this channel. And don't forget to hit the notification button to get aware of any new content that's posted to this channel. Next week will be better. Well, hopefully I won't be. Hopefully I won't work. 3 days of overtime in a row. But until next time, guys, take care, be safe, and we'll see you then.
See ya.